Hello friends, today we're going to talk about this cool old tune called Honeysuckle Rose, Thomas Fats Waller, one of the great all-time stride piano players, and this is just a great tune. And so before we begin, please hit that subscribe button below so we know that all this good information is getting out there to some people who actually can make some use of it. Thanks very much. And so let's begin. Basically, we're starting off the first couple of lines with a 2-5-1, okay? So it's E minor 7, A7 to D, okay? And we're in the key of D. So every honeybee fills with jealousy when I take you out with me. Your confection, goodness knows, back to the D. So now what we've got to do is we've got to try to figure out how we can get that melody and chord working together. So if we go up here to the 5th fret, we can get the A, and there's the G, da da. Then we go to the 3rd string to get the B and the D, and then we're going to come up here and get the F sharp, okay? So all of those notes in the beginning, other than the F sharp, can be found right here in this G chord, right? With the little pinky playing the A or the 9. So here we've got our G chord, right? Now if we play an E bass on that G chord, that gives us the E minor 7, right? E minor, the relative of G major, okay? So by playing the bass E with that G chord, and you know the G chord, it's the F chord that no one can ever play, right? So we're moving that up, and here's the G chord, and now we can start this melody simply by A, G, B, and the B is already being covered by the finger in the chord, right? So really, all we have to move is that little pinky, and then we're going to slide up for the F sharp. So we're going to go. Okay, so now with the bass, what we're going to do is we're going to play the E bass for the E minor chord. So now this E minor is basically the same as this E minor 7, right? So we're going to go da 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 da. Now that's going to take us to the A7, right? The A bar with the one finger for the 7, and we're going to put the little pinky down to get that 6th or the 13th. So that would be an A13 chord, okay? So again, it's an A7 with a 6th. So when you've got a dominant 7th chord and you're adding a 6th, it's basically the 13th, okay? So we're coming over here, da 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 da. Now what we can also do here, da da, we can go to the G7 before we get to the A7, which gives us the bass of E, G, A. Little smoke on the water, right? So we got da, da, da. So now we're going to go da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, and we do that 3 times. That's the first 3 lines of the song. Every honeybee fills with jealousy when I take you out with me. Now from here we go to the next piece, which is back to the D chord. Your confection, goodness knows. Now this is a cool progression. So we're going to play the regular D chord, then we're going to put the F sharp on the D. Okay, now with the fingers we're playing the thumb, and we're playing these 2 fingers on 2 and 3. Okay, we're not playing the 3rd finger, it's because we don't need it. So we play the 4 here, and then just play thumb with 2. Okay, thumb with 2 fingers. And then we're going to slide to the next fret, and as we slide to the next fret, these 2 fingers are going to come up a string, and the 2 fingers are going to come up a string, okay? So instead of playing 3 and 2 like they usually do. Now they're going to play 4 and 3. So here it is again. We got the D. We're going to play the D with the F sharp on the top. And then we're going to go up to the G, which is a G7, right? We could play it like this, G7. But we only need the 3 strings. So we're going to play those 3 strings. Remember, the 2 fingers are moving up a string. And they're coming out of position where they usually are, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're coming out of position, coming up 1 string. And then we're going to slide to the A flat minor 7. Okay, so there's your G7 to your A flat minor 7. And all we're doing is just sliding the 2 and the 3 fingers. We're just sliding them in all into the 4th fret, right? So we're going 3 fret with the 7th for the 4th fret for the G7, and then A flat minor 7. And then finally we're going to bring this up to get the A bass with the old G chord that we started with, okay? Which was really an E minor 7 chord, right? But we're only playing these 2 fingers, this one and the bar on the bottom with this. Now this chord should remind you of about a billion pop tunes, because this is the way that we play 11 chords in pop music, okay? We take the bass and then we play the triad a step lower above the bass. So if you go to a piano right now, you go and you play a G in the bass, and you can double that bass, right? Play 2 Gs, and then in the right hand play an F, A, C, F major chord. Play those together, that's a G11 chord. The F is the 7 of the G, the A is the 9 of the G, and the C is the 11 of the G. So we call that a G11 chord, and you can do that with any note. You can take an E on the bass, you can play a D triad, you can pick a C in the bass, you can play a B flat triad, you name it. Take the bass, go down a step, play the triad, you've got an 11 chord. If you play enough of those, you're probably going to have a pop hit, because it'll be a very familiar sound to you. And we can do the same thing on the guitar by simply playing the F chord. Actually, it's a D minor 7, right? The D minor 7. We don't really need this finger. Unless you're strumming, then you might want to do it. But that finger needs to be available for the bass, okay? So we've got the A with the G underneath it, and that's an A11. So the whole thing sounds like this. Dun, dun, that's the D, right? That's the D with the F sharp bass. We come up to the G7. Remember, we are shifting the 2 fingers to play those notes. And then we go to the A flat minor 7, and then we go to the A11. Okay? So we've got this. Da 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 da. And now to finish that off, we're going to simply come to the F sharp minor 7 bar, and then we're going to go to the F13. Okay, we're going to play the F7 with the pinky on the 6th or the 13th. Okay, so the whole thing sounds like this. Da 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 da. Okay, and then we're back into the verse again. Da 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 da. Same thing again, right? And then we're to the A11 chord. Now we're going into the bridge, so we're going to take a different route here. From the A11, we're going to go to the A minor 7, which is just a single bar. Okay, and then we're going to go to a D, and we're going to use the pinky on the bottom to play the B, right? The note B, and we're going to be playing a D13. Okay, so we're going to go in da 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 da. Now this takes us to the bridge. Now the bridge is pretty cool. And then we go to a D chord. Now this D chord looks like the D chord here, but notice that we're moving this finger up here. And if you look at this, the way it's laid out, we're basically playing a C, right? But because we moved up the C, we have to account for this third finger now, so we have to put this finger in there. So now, well, we're just going to play those three notes, okay? Which is the third, the fifth, and the root of D, right? So we're going to start with this, and then we're going to use that third finger as our guide. It's just going to slide up. We're going to put the pinky down underneath it, and now we've got like a long triangle, okay? Because that first finger is playing there, and these two fingers are playing the triangle, and this is diminished, right? It's a diminished chord. So we got D, diminish, up another half, diminished, up another half, diminish, and then we're going to finish that off with the old house routine, okay? And you can hammer on there, or you can just start right there. And we call this the house routine, right? Because that's the top of the roof, and then these are the sides, okay? So we're just going to go up, and then we're going to finish it by doing a routine like that. So we've got a little riff there. So this is major 6, major 6, minor 6, right? So we got da, 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 da. And again, we're only fingering the notes that we play with the fingers, right? Da, 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 da. And then da, 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 da. And then we're going to do the same exact thing again, but 2 frets up. So now we're starting on E, right? Again, this is a piece of an E chord, which comes from C, right? But we have to account for the open string, so we put that. So we've got this, and it's the exact same format with the 3 diminished chords, and then the same riff and the thirds like that. And that is the bridge. And then we go back into the song. So let's play out that bridge from the A minor 7. Da, 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 da. Don't buy sugar. Do, 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 do. You're my sugar. Do, 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 do. And that is the bridge. And then we come back. Da 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 da. You can keep doing this, and then if you want to put a big finish on the song, you can do. Just keep repeating this. One more time. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And you could end it on a D major 7 or something like that. Again, this is the same thing that we used in the bridge. It's the building of the house. Okay, but we're finishing here. And that's the whole song. So if you put all that together, you should come up with something that sounds like this. So I hope that helps you out. There's a lot of cool little things, progressions and little riffs and doodads in this song that can be real helpful for this song and for other songs. So I hope something comes of value of all of this. And again, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again next time. Have a great day.